Welcome to TeamSpeak, advanced voice communication software for any platform. TeamSpeak allows groups of people to communicate and share information with anyone, via the internet or through private networks. Using your Windows, Mac or Linux-based computer, all you need is a headset with microphone, and in minutes you can be chatting with others in real time, using our crystal clear voice technology.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first semifinal for the TeamSpeak TeamLiquid.net Open number 15. I'm djWHEAT. Joining me, as always, is Chill, and we've got our first matchup between ViBE and Baz here. It is going to be a Zerg versus Terran. Our green Zerg will be spawning in the 12 o'clock position, and our blue Terran, Baz, will be spawning in the 9 o'clock.
And just because it's a little complicated with all the scenarios, Wheat, and because I have my PhD in esports drama, I just want to make it clear that this is do or die for either player. If they want to advance into the TSL number 3, they have to win this series.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's gonna be crucial that either player secures on this series, and we're going to be starting off on Metalopolis here, and we don't know that much about these two players. Obviously, talked a little bit about their history, what they've done recently, but I think the most notable current event is the fact that ViBE has defeated some very, very strong Terrans already in this competition.
Yeah, he took out Braddock in a very nice series, especially the game on Shakur's Plateau. We see the scouting drone going to pass the scouting SCV. Drone going to get into the main base there and just go to war with that SCV a little bit before the SCV. Scouting SCV from McLeod, a.k.a. Baz, going to go into the Zerg main base. Zerg scouting close positions by ground. Going to go for the extractor first, followed by the spawning pool, a safe build to get that Zergling speed up, and then transition into the expansion as you move towards higher tech Zerg units.
You know, one thing that I've been seeing a lot more lately, Chill, that I just think is phenomenal, and it does carry some risk with it, but when you're playing Zerg, honestly, what doesn't? It all has some sort of risk, but I feel like we have just been seeing some ridiculously, stupidly awesome Baneling play against Terrans, especially in that super early game. And of course, a great player can extend that to the mid and the late game even as well. We've seen it recently in the GSL. We've seen even some North American Zerg players really have success with sort of that aggressive strategy. And I'm just curious if maybe that was some sort of piece of the equation to find success versus Terrans.
Yeah, Baneling busts have kind of taken on a bit of an evolution. There was, of course, the early spawning pool into Baneling Nest. One base that was essentially all in, and then some players found a little bit more success by expanding quickly and then going straight into a high economy Baneling aggression, as it kind of took that name for a while. But I think this is just ViBE being a little bit more safe here. I don't expect to see any sort of all-ins, and I think as the game kind of continues to evolve, we're gonna find builds from Terran players that are safe against both the quick Baneling all-ins and the high economy Baneling aggression. We see 4 Zerglings moving up the ramp, just want to scout, see what kind of add-on the Terran player is getting on his barracks, which is indeed a reactor. He has gone back, the Zerg player, to mining gas as he moves towards 100 gas, lining up nicely with 150 minerals. So let's see if he gets a quick layer. No, not yet, and no higher tech yet out of the Zerg player.
Nope, just waiting for his speed to finish and continuing to harass with the Zerglings at the ramp. Going to lower down that depot, send out an SCV. He's got to be careful. Just don't leave that front door open. Zerglings are going to try to chase down that SCV, and they will be able to get it no problem. Speed will finish any moment, and they will swarm that guy and wish he never left the base. There it is. Hatchery at the natural of ViBE is nearing completion. It'll be up soon, and there is the Baneling nest going down here for ViBE. And, this is is to me where it can be crucial. Now we do have a Hellion out, which can ultimately affect this a lot. But what we want to look for here is, do we have a lot of Zerglings coming out on the production tab? No, not right now. There's also a Roach Warren coming down, so maybe the Baneling Nest was just put there to spend a little bit and to be ready for any threat of Ultramarine army.
So despite ViBE's really great scouting here, he's going to see only 3 Hellions, and he hasn't seen the 2 Tech Labs in the back. So this is beginning to be a very popular Terran versus Zerg build, which is Marauder Hellion, basically one base. It's not quite all in, but it's just you get a lot of these units and do kind of a timing attack. We can see Stim is on the way. He's making only Marauders out of these barracks and continuing with the Hellion production. It's very difficult for Zerg to deal with because Zerglings and Banelings kind of get kited by the Hellions, and then the Marauders come in to deal with any sort of roaches. So ViBE's gonna have to catch wind of this, as there's now 5 Hellions going to work on that Queen. Queen going down quite a bit here, and the Zerglings come in to flank a little bit. One of the Hellions going to get picked off here by the Zerglings, but the rest of them going to get taken out by the Hellions. 4 Hellions still alive, going to work on these drones, trying to snipe the drones as they run away. But a few drones getting taken out there, and the 3 Hellions are going to force to retreat as roaches are now roaches now being produced by the Zerg player. And the problem here is that plays right into Terran's hand. As you start making roaches, there's a lot of Marauders, and that's what makes this build so powerful.
Yeah, and you see that we've got concussive shells on the way. Now, the Marauders have not shown their faces yet, and I think the Zerg might be thinking, sweet, I got 7 roaches. I'm going to go up here and pick, and oh my god, no, those aren't Marauders on the ramp. Yes, they are, and they have to hightail it out of here. Now, I could see a really good reaction to this would be to throw down a couple of spine crawlers here at the natural as this army is going to give chase, but he's going to go ahead and get some more roaches out, and 14 Zerglings on the way. I really wish you would have put down at least 1 spine crawler here, 2 possibly. I don't know, a lot of DPS coming from those Marauders, but here they go, blocking the ramp. A great job. The roaches on the outside going to target down these Marauders, but you can see the Marauders DPS just too powerful. The Zerglings kind of came out in a trickle. There are a lot more on the way, but these Hellions are going to just roast these drones, and this is just looking horribad here for the Zerg.
Yeah, I mean, ViBE did all right there to try to deal with all the Marauders, but with so many Hellions left, that is just GG. And wow. I mean, it's just a really strong build. That's all there is to it. You have to kind of catch wind of it coming, and it comes down to micro. You have to use your Zerglings to surround the Marauders, and then you have to use the Roaches to eliminate the Hellions. And we just saw a very clean execution by McLeod, and really a quick win picked up for him here in game number 1.